Hello, my name is Miguela Farina, and I am here to talk to you today about developing positive classroom environment using positive behavior support strategies. So today's objective is to develop an understanding of those strategies in order to decrease the negative behaviors in your classroom and increase your instructional time using the statewide program Positive Behavior Support in Schools. So, what is PBSIS? PBSIS is a developed framework that looks to increase positive student outcomes and decrease negative behaviors that happen in the room. Those negative behaviors turn into office conduct referrals and then eventually increase the suspension data within your building. It was a collaboration between the New Jersey Department of Education, Rutgers University Boggs Center, the Offices of Special Services, and Robert Wood Johnson Medical Group. The New Jersey PBSIS team developed this multi-tiered intervention illustration in order to understand which students are in which tiers. So at the bottom tier is our largest tier. About 70% of the students will be within that tier. Those students are able to redirect their negative attention and turn it into a positive. So if you are asking the student to please stop talking, that student will most likely stop talking without any negative feedback towards the teacher. Tier 2 are the students who are currently indicating that they might have some at-risk factors to them. You might be putting an intervention in place in order to get their behavior to increase in a positive way throughout the course of the day. And finally, your Tier 3, those students already have a comprehensive individualized plan in place, or they're in the process of being INRS for a plan. So you'll have to decide which of those students, and it's most likely visible to the teacher where your student goes. So how to implement it into your classroom, you need to make sure you have overall expectations for your room. I chose to be responsible, to be respectful, and to be safe. And within those expectations are guidelines for your classroom. So for example, following teacher directions, raising your hand to answer a question, waiting to be called on, listening to what others have to say. And if you take notice, all of these rules are in a positive way. They should be displayed around the classroom in order for the students to consistently see what type of expectations you, the teacher, expect from them. So, how to get them on board. You use a recognition system, for example, a ticket. Okay? If you see a student demonstrating being responsible, respectful, or safe, you give them a ticket. Give them social praise as well as the ticket. So it's something tangible and it's something verbal. Okay? They will appreciate that just as much as the ticket. Write the student's name down and sign your name so you know you gave it to them. And use the 3-to-1 rule. 3 positive statements to 1 corrective statement. Sally, I really like what you've been doing this past week. I've really been happy with it. Although I'm really not feeling what you're doing right now, but I know next week or next day you'll be able to get back on track. Do not use the tickets to bribe the student. It must be immediate gratification. So don't say, if you do the great job now, I'll be giving you a ticket later. You don't want to use it to bribe them. Each week, collect the tickets at the end and pull a ticket, maybe 1, 2, 3, depending on how many you choose. You could give them a tangible object as a prize, or they can earn something. For example, maybe 5 extra minutes on recess, first in line at lunch, things that maybe are low affordable, because we know that is an issue as well. So, utilize these strategies in your classroom. If a student is misbehaving on the rug, we always want to say, excuse me, you're not doing the right thing. Instead of addressing the student in a negative way, look to the person next to the student. Thank you so much for doing a wonderful job. I really like the way that you're all sitting. 9 times out of 10, the student that is misbehaving will turn around and direct his or her attention to you. Give it some time. If the student is still exhibiting that behavior, you say, great job. I really like how you're listening now. So, any additional information you would like to know on PDSIS or more types of strategies, visit their website, or you can feel free to email me. My email is available whenever you need. And finally, I want to close it with, you do not get paid to be angry. So let's be happy. Thank you. Yo.